Welcome back to the Cryptic Galapagos, or rather, the acceleration. We're back with another collaboration video with the gang. Myself and my fellow world builders, Bracken, Winter and Albafrancescutart have been rotating concepts and having a lot of fun doing so. This time around, I got to draw something from the Bracken Bard. The Bard has an amazing world called the Acceleration, a world filled with fae, trolls, dwarves, pre-tech and many other different factions. If you're not familiar with this world, I definitely recommend checking it out after this video. When it came to deciding what I would draw for the collab, it was an easy choice. Fun fact about me on a personal note, I love frogs, always have, and the Bard has a faction in his world called the Frogs of War, a whole community of frog fae who love to look their best and fight the good fight. It's easy to see why they would be someone's favorite faction in the Acceleration. There are also trolls in this world. Humans and fae creatures can change into trolls and become absolutely massive. And where there are massive problems, there must be a solution. Troll hunters are not to be trifled with. The Troll Hunters Guild is responsible for pruning the troll population in their respective areas, usually under appointment by the local mayor. The Bard has made a whole video about these factions, so I'll leave the links to those in the description below. Please check them out. I really wanted to create a piece showing a frog troll hunter who successfully hunted a troll, but first I need to do a bit of homework to decide what creature this particular troll would be based on. After doing some research, I decided to use a red deer as the base design for the troll. The Bard mentioned that he has some major changes planned for the trolls in his world. He wants them to be more grotesque with multiple mutated features, extra limbs, teeth growing in strange places, multiple eyes and things like that. I wanted to respect those upcoming changes while also not going too crazy with the concept, so I decided to play it relatively safe. But for the frog troll hunter, however, I took a lot more creative liberty. I wanted this frog, or perhaps toad, to have a quirky personality, so I started thinking about what distinctive character trait I could give him. While drawing the final piece, I was reminded of a frog statue my dad used to keep in the foyer of our home. It was a money frog figure that always faced the door and had red, ruby-like eyes. It was a gift from one of his friends, who told him that the figure was supposed to bring wealth, abundance and good fortune. It's called a Jin-chan, and that got me thinking about how superstitious people can be. Recently I've even had my own fiancée open my Pokemon cards because she always seems to get all the hits. So I decided to make this frog character incredibly superstitious during his troll hunts. He follows rituals that were taught to him and believes he has to complete them in order to have a successful hunt. Rabbit's feet, horseshoes, four-leaf clovers, lucky crickets, all sorts of things that he would cling to and credit his successes. This was the reaction of my fellow world builders to the character design, followed by the character lore. Actually get to drawing, and I managed to create a little guy, and his name is Hoppeth, the 73rd.
Oh,
73rd.
amazing.
73rd. So this is Hoppeth, and has a bit of lore, and I need to read you guys this lore. And I did a lot of extensive. This is way too much lore for this one little character, but I'm gonna read it to you guys. Okay. Born among the renowned frogs of war, Hoppeth the 73rd was never destined to become a soldier. As a young froglet, found far greater joy assisting his father, Hoppeth the 72nd, in the humble craft of carpentry. Together they built simple wooden homes throughout the marshes. Later in life, when the attack against the lesser tyrant reached Icenia, reluctantly joined the fight. Though he despised violence, he understood that some battles had to be fought. Victory came at a terrible cost. Much of his family perished, including his father, who was murdered by the fanatical fisher cultists. Grief-stricken and disillusioned, swore to never involve himself in a fight like that again. Seeking solitude, disappeared deep into the swamps of Icenia, where he spent years living as a hermit. He spent years building himself a beautiful home by hand, with only Creepy, his faithful giant crayfish, for company and transport through the marshes. It was the peaceful life he always dreamed of. That peace ended in a single afternoon. days after he finished building his own house. While Oom slept, an enormous troll wandered into his land and ripped through the upper floor of his home. Giants and beasts had always roamed the swamps, but they never crossed into his land before. This creature was different, unnaturally violent, as if driven by something beyond instinct. Oom attempted to burn the troll alive, but the plan failed spectacularly, setting the remains of his beloved home ablaze. Escaping with Cryptic moments before the structure collapsed, Oom found himself standing helplessly in the marsh as the troll advanced. Suddenly, a human swung through the canopy above and drove a sword straight into the troll's skull. The monster collapsed, right where it stood. The human stranger introduced himself as a troll hunter, explaining that the creature had come from a nearby village after reducing it to ruins. Witnessing the hunter's skill in such awe awakened something inside Oom. He realized that if someone had stopped the troll sooner, neither his home nor the village would have been destroyed. Years of careful work had vanished in mere minutes. The grief that had once been reserved for war transformed into a burning hatred for creatures far larger than himself. Sought out the human hunter and asked to become his apprentice, offering his carpentry skills in exchange for training. Under the hunter's guidance, learned to track, study and ultimately kill trolls. Yet out of all the lessons he learned, one particular habit lingered above all else: superstition. His mentor refused to hunt without his lucky charms, insisting that forgotten rituals invited failure. Embraced these beliefs wholeheartedly. Every hunt saw his pockets filled with four-leaf clovers, belt covered with rabbit's feet, and lucky mushrooms in every pouch, and a horseshoe pendant around his neck. To forgetting even one trinket meant certain disaster. His mentor also preached immaculate discipline when it came to their clothes. Your attire reflects your actions. Dirty clothes means dirty workmanship, he always used to say. These words never left He became perhaps the cleanest carpenter in all of the lands. His tools gleamed, his clothing was immaculate, and his workshop remained spotless, no matter how muddy the swamps became. When the two eventually parted ways, continued hunting alone. Over the years, became one of the Troll Hunters Guild's greatest mysteries. Troll after troll fell to the quiet frog carpenter. Yet he never explained how creatures many times his size met their end. Those who inspected his skills noticed one common detail: expertly crafted wooden mechanisms hidden nearby. Massive sharpened stakes, ingenious deadfalls, reinforced cages, collapsing bridges and elaborate traps hinted that carpentry was every bit as deadly as any blade. Eventually became something of a legend throughout Icenia. Scholars and academies sought him out, hoping to learn from his remarkable success. He refused nearly every request, although it did perplex him since something in the trolls were changing. The trolls were no longer the creatures they once were. They became grotesque, twisted monstrosities with multiple eyes, malformed limbs and rows of jagged teeth erupting from impossible places. Whatever was happening, chose not to speak of it. Instead, he simply continued hunting. He accepted only enough coin to rebuild his home whenever it needed repairs, never chasing fame or fortune, although he did always dress as if he was expecting guests. Meticulously documented each kill using a state-of-the-art image-capturing mechanism, preserving every trophy on film. Few knew the true methods of Hopeth, and even fewer know what horrors and his crayfish had witnessed lurking in the deepest swamps. There we go. There we
Amazing.
go.
Wow. Mate, that is so on point with the lore and everything.
There we go, guys. I gotta be honest.
Amazing.
I was under a lot of time crunches. So this swamp is not my artwork. I got this from somewhere. So just the actual troll and everything around it is my art, but that is something I photoshopped and poached a bit. So just excuse that. But the idea is
I think it's
free, right?
Yeah, I think you fit it into there very well. It seems right at home.
Yes, yeah. So that's and there's his little crayfish guy. His name is Crayfie. That's his ride. He's and a very dramatic pose there. And this is like a multiple-eyed red deer troll. I don't know if Ross. I don't know if this is sort of accurate to what you like the trolls to look like, but yeah.
Oh mate, you nailed it. Yeah, honestly, I would say the lore you've got really on point, because like you mentioned the crayfish mount, that's perfect. I'd say like with the trolls as well, just being kind of mindless and destructive, and like how we kind of talked about how they're evolving now. I think you kind of hinted at that as well, and then the like him becoming part of the troll hunters guild. I really like the thing of him being a carpenter and utilizing that to like kill trolls, because it's one thing I haven't done a lot, and I would like to do better in the future, is to like show their scale, and this like really reflects their scale very well. So because they can they basically grow infinitely unless they get killed. So if they don't get killed, they just continue to grow. So yeah, it's a big boy here.
Yeah, a lot of like a lot of that, you know, is coming through. Also, the thing is, I just thought, how the hell is this little frog with this rapier gonna kill this massive troll? So I just thought, okay, maybe spikes, and then I thought, okay, well, let's just make it a character trait and make him a carpenter, you know. And then people are like, wow, how does he do it so easily? But my guy's just making traps and things. And I just wanted to make the deer also a bit weird, like Attack on Titan. Like, you know, like those titans are like fat for some reason, but they're just big bodied or big boned, so just made it a bit weird. But yeah, guys, that is Worm Hoppeth. You can see all these trinkets and things.
Oh,
that's
I
our
like
guy.
him so much.
I'm such a sucker for monstrous deer. I think it's such a cool like kind of design.
Yeah, it's creepy. Deer are so creepy, man. Like, I was doing homework for this, and I was like the Wendigo alone is like creepy as hell. But just deer. And I watched Disclosure Day the other day as well. That was creepy. And it's just deer are like very, very weird. And then now that it's a troll deer, its eyes are blackened out. It's very creepy, man. Like really, really creepy.
Yeah, monstrous.
Yeah, but and I'm obsessed with this what do they call it? Chartreuse green. And I just really wanted to, since all these frogs, and they have all these elaborate like clothes, like very shiny and very, it's part of their culture, you know.
Exactly.
I definitely wanted to make that a part. Obviously, it was part of their culture all the time, but I just wanted that troll hunter to sort of reinforce that, you know, we keep things clean. You know, that's why he's constantly cleaning his sword. He's always neat. There's a bit of mud on his boots, but not really. But yeah, guys, that is my little entry. I hope you like it.
Dude, I want like this picture framed on my wall.
Yeah. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's so nice. The rapier handle as well is really well done. It looks very realistic, and his head and everything. Yeah, but
I love the skin. Oh, the skin like on his head. Oh, it's so good.
It's very hard to give these guys a soul, because they're so like, you know, like wide-eyed. I was trying to straighten his eyes to make it look like, do the Mona Lisa thing and look at the, you know, at us, but it didn't work, and I just thought, yeah, whatever. Ross, I also don't know if there's cameras in this world, but I mean, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I don't care.
I was going to say, in fact, the way that you presented it and the way that you described it, like an image capturing device, is on point, because it's like there's like pre-tech in the world.
Yes.
That from like the previous empire disappeared like thousands of years ago. So this guy, like if he found one of these devices and figured it out, because they're quite everything that they used previously was super complex. So you have people whose job it is to just find out how to use them. So absolutely, he could maybe have found it somewhere or got it from someone, and then could definitely use it to take pictures. So
awesome.
That's awesome.
I really wanted to get that like very old film, like World War something vibe. That's what looks so messed up. It's just me overlaying a whole bunch of stuff on top of it to give it that vintage sepia look, you know. So this is obviously not the main piece. I was more focusing on our little guy here, but I think this just added to the personality of him a bit more. And then the scale. We were talking about scale so much and how important the scale is, because these trolls are massive, and obviously it's a struggle, because these frogs aren't about the size as humans. There's like half human size, maybe like 3 feet or 4 feet. So even this is like not a massive troll, but it's still it's still a pretty big one. I don't want to walk around that one. And this is maybe all Fey boats and stuff and docks and things that are here in the swamps.
Oh, it's great. I would say, I honestly, mate, I would say you nailed it. And honestly, there were so many small details in there that as you were saying them, I was like, oh yeah, that is part of my. I completely forgot about that. But I love the trinket thing as well, because we kind of talked about that after we'd like arranged this.
Yeah, I really want to go crazy with it, but I just thought, you know,
Yeah.
you mentioned that the simplicity of it, it still needed to look neat, so that's why it's very simply done.
No, it's great, yeah, and like with the rabbit foot, and like you said, the pockets full of like lucky things. I think it's really, really good, and yeah, I'd say it's like one of the main aspects that I need to talk about a bit more is just how superstitious everyone is and how it's like kind of gone backwards, and so yeah, I think that especially with the horseshoe pendant and everything, it's really good. I'm so happy with that. That's really well done.
Fantastic, thanks guys, I appreciate it.
Nice.
Of course.
Very good.
That's me.
Now, Matt, I have one question.
Yeah.
Did Hoppeth kill Dandry?
Never. He couldn't do it.
Okay.
He couldn't do it.
That is all. That is all.
And you consider that a fact. That can't be done. Yeah. And the 73rd, I thought that's hilarious. Like, there was a lot of them.
Yeah.
Like they've seen some stuff. So yeah.
The main thing is that their names need to be dramatic, and that's like the main thing with all of them. As long as the name is like super dramatic, it doesn't really matter the origin. So that's perfectly dramatic.
Exactly. Yeah. It's pretty out there. The 73rd. But yeah, guys, that's it. Very simple. I think I'm very happy with it. I think this is a great character. I like him. I want to get his picture on my wall. Such a vibe. He's so serious.
Lovely work.
Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it. Great. That was me. I hope you guys like I love drawing frogs, and I think it was very important to do something a little more whimsical before getting back on the saddle with Cryptic Galapagos. Please check out the Bracken Bard as well as Winter and Albafrancescutart. She actually drew some landscape concepts for Cryptic Galapagos, and I loved them. I'll leave all the rotating collab videos in the description. Our next collaboration is scheduled for the spooky season, and I'll be drawing something for Winter. His world, the Copperville, is very dark and vibey, and I'm looking forward to seeing whether I can create something that is genuinely hard to look at for this next concept swap. Thank you all for sticking around. Leave a frog emoji in the comments if you would like to help you build some cupboards for your kitchen. A big thank you to the Patreons for your ongoing support. It really means a lot. And remember to like and subscribe if you want to see this world grow. And as always, thanks for watching.